Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Welcome to Lady Khadija radiallahu anha. May God be pleased with her online college. Live lesson, A-Level Maths Year 2, Pure Maths. And it's Chapter 3 of the Pearson edXL A-Level book for Year 2. And it's chapter on sequences. And we're going through the very first example. So just a quick recap of sequences. These sequences are just like the ones you were used to at GCSE. There's a constant number being added or taken away to each number. So it's very, very easy to know what the next number is. You just follow the pattern. A is called the very first number. So in this case, A would be 4. The difference between the two numbers, one number and then the one previous to it, that's called the difference, or D for short. If it's plus, then it's going up. If it's minus, it's going down. Then each number is given a name, which if we're calling the sequence U, the sequence of numbers, we could call it any letter we like. We can call them all X's, but just to avoid using X because that's used quite a lot, we're just going to call them U. So this is a sequence of U's, but rather than say U's, we're going to give each one a little number. So the first number, the 4, is called U1. And then the next number along the 7, we can call it U2. The next one U3. The next one U4. And then once we find the general formula for the sequence, then we can, which in this case would be 3n plus 1. We can call that the nth term, or we can just write un. So we have the first term is the first number, the first term is u1, then u2, u3, u4, and then the general term, the nth term, is called un. So that's also known as the nth term, but we're just calling it un for short to save writing all of that. Okay, so they're the basic letters that we're going to use, the A, the D, and then the little numbers, and then the un. So let's look at the first example. We have a sequence, so the nth term, un, is equal to 55 minus 2n. And that little n should be, that un is a small n, so it's not part of, we're not asking you to do anything with that, it's just a label. So the nth term, un, is equal to 55 minus 2n, and the first question is work out the first 5 terms. So here we're just going to do a bit of substitution. So if we want the first 5 terms, then you just need to substitute n is 1 to get the first term, then n is 2 to get the second term, and you just carry on to get all 5 terms like that, and then you can just write them in a list. You don't have to do any working here, you can just do it in your head or do it straight, type it into your calculator. 55 take away 2 times 1 would be what you type in first, or if you're doing it in your head, do the 2n first. 2n is 2 times 1, which is 2. 55 take away the 2 would be 53. So on a calculator, 55 take away 2 times 1, and that would be 53. You can do the next one, 55 take away, and you're substituting in 2. So 2 times 2 is 4, so that gets you 1. So this is basic stuff, so hopefully you're comfortable with that. I'll do the next 2, and you can do the last one. 55 take away 2 times 4 now. Did I make a mistake somewhere? That's 50 there. 47, 44. No, sorry, I'm thinking of the formula we had before. So this is take away 2n, so 2 times 1. So that's 51, 49, 47. Okay, if you can do the last one, you're substituting in 5. So 55 take away 2 times 5. is 45. Good, well done. And then we can put them in a list and we can say the sequence of numbers is starts with 53, then 51, then 49. So just to help you for the harder questions, U1 is 53, U2 is 51, U3 is 49, U4 is 47, and U5 is 45, and dot dot dot, because that's just showing the sequence carries on. Very, very easy. So just to test more on your substitution ability, we want to find out, the next question is find out the 99th term. So what are you going to do here? Well, the number 99, that's your n, so that's going to be substituted into here. So on a calculator, 55 take away 2 times 99. If you want to just type that in and work that out. Okay, looks like we have an answer. Minus 143, that's good. Good. And then now for the real maths, because that was just really, really basic for you. So now the question is, which term is the first term to become negative, to be negative? Find the first negative term. Find the first negative term. And we want to do it a quick way. The long way would be just to keep listing out the numbers. But we want to do it a quick way. So negative means it's less than 0. So I'll write my equation that 55 take away 2n. I need to put a value of n in so that when I work it out, my answer is less than 0. And then we solve that, put the 2n to the other side. So 55 is less than 2n. Divide by 2, 27.5 is less than n. So now that means if we read it the other way around, from this side, n is bigger than 27.5. So we can't have 27.5 because n is just whole numbers. The first number, the second number, the third number. You can't have the 3.5th number. So you can't have the 27.5th number. So what are we going to use? We'll use n equals 28. So if we try n is equal to 28, remember, we are looking for the first negative term. So that means we actually want the answer. So we're going to have to substitute the 28. The 28 isn't the number in the sequence. We want to know the sequence. What number would be the first negative number in the sequence? So substitute the 28 in and tell me what you get as your answer. 55 take away 2 times 28. Minus 1 is good. And so what shall I say is that equal to? So we've just worked out the 28th term. So how do I write the 28th term in maths? It's U28, which is hopefully what you've just written in the text message. Chat box, yeah, good, well done. Inshallah, good. Okay, join me for more sequences tomorrow. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Peace be with you and the mercy and blessings of God.